and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new and you like makeup, beauty, hair or hauls, then please consider subscribing. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a full face of makeup using my current favourite makeup products. I haven't done one of these videos for a while actually, and I think that since I last did a video like this, that my makeup, like everyday products, has actually changed quite a lot. I tend to use quite a lot of more drugstore products, I would say, or on the cheaper end. There are a couple of kind of more expensive ones. There's a couple of Rare Beauty products that I use, but they're not majorly expensive. They're still affordable. So we'll start off with primer. And my favourite one, which is so good, especially for my skin, is this one here. This is from the Beauty Co-op and it's called the Cherie Gripping Primer. It's not like majorly tacky like the e.l.f. one or the Milk one, but it does, I don't know what it is. It just tends to kind of even everything out underneath with regards to texture. And your makeup sits beautifully on top of it and it lasts really well as well. Unfortunately, my pump has broken on this one, so I have to kind of unscrew it and squeeze it out, but that's fine. So I don't take loads, to be honest with you. I just concentrate on the areas that really need it. So I'm just taking about that much, which if you were pumping it would probably be about 2 pumps. I've not been very well lately, so excuse like my voice sounds a bit strange. Some nasty colds going about at the minute and I've got this horrible cough. There's nothing worse. I'd rather have a cold than the cough. It's so annoying. So yeah, I'm just kind of concentrating on my kind of fine lines on my forehead, and I get quite pory on the kind of the inner part of my cheeks. My chin, my nose is very pory, so we'll go there. And then just kind of like these fine lines, or these smiley lines I should say, just here as well. And then just rub that in. And I like to just kind of press it in afterwards as well, especially like around my nose where it tends to crease a bit more, like around these areas. Right, okay, so while that's settling down on my face, I'll move on to eyebrows and lashes as well. I don't tend to wear eyeshadow, well I don't wear eyeshadow on an everyday basis. So for brows, it's worn off now, I've used it so much, but this is the Refy Beauty Brow Tint. I love this product. It's just so easy to use. So I'm not going to focus on the brows too much because I know it's quite a boring thing to watch, but basically, I just take it, it's got this kind of little ball thing on it, and I just take it through my brows. They desperately need sorting out at the minute. And then I kind of use it to direct them where I want them to go, and then just squish the front bit down a bit, and then just go around the edge just to get rid of any kind of marking or anything. I'm trying to, this is from microblading that I had ages ago, and it's so annoying because yeah, you can kind of see it through. Sometimes I cover it up with concealer, but yeah, anyway. So while the brows are drying down, I'm going to use a brow pen on them, but I like to wait till they're completely dry first. I'm just going to move on to my lashes. So I'm just going to quickly curl them first, and these are just Brushworks, I think, brow lash curlers. So yeah, I'm just going to give them a quick curl. Fantastic. And then I'm going to take this mascara. I love this. So this is the What's Up Beauty Watch Me mascara. It is kind of fairly new-ish. It's been out a couple of months. This is an indie brand that I highly recommend. They're really good. Their products are, I would say, more on the high-end price point, although I do think that they are still quite affordable and definitely worth the money. They're such good quality products, they really are. And this is the second one that I've had, and the first one lasted me, bearing in mind I was using it kind of sometimes multiple times every day, and it lasted me about 6 weeks, so a month and a half, which I thought was quite good for the amount that I was using it. So what I like about this one is that we have kind of like, it's not very easy to see now because obviously it has been used, but This side is more kind of like a bristly brush, and then this side has like a little comb on it. So you use the bristly side first to apply the product, and then you can go through it with a comb to separate the lashes afterwards. So I tend to use a couple of coats of this, but it is so good. It makes such a huge difference to my lashes because, as you can see, they're quite blonde, and this is such a black formula, but it's really, it's kind of like, it coats them, it lengthens them, it's kind of an all-in-one. Separates them nicely. Yeah, it's definitely, I would say, one of, if not the best mascara that I think I've ever used. So yeah, that's just with the bushy side, and then I go with the comb side and just kind of use that in a, just like a stroke motion, just to go through and make sure that they're all kind of nicely separated. Like that, and bearing in mind that's just one coat, I think that's such a difference. But I do go on with two. I'm so messy, look, I always get it on my lid. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 coats of this one on. Okay, so there's the mascara done. So yeah, as you can see, I just love it. I just think it makes my lashes, like, it really emphasises them. It's a really nice mascara. So the next thing I'll do is go back to my brows and do some little hairs, especially around the front area, just here and just underneath. So for that, I've been liking this one lately. This is the Frida Kahlo Sheglam. I'm trying to see the colour. Oh, taupe. So this is quite good because on this end, not that I tend to use this to be honest, but it has a little spoolie, and then this end has your pen. They can get quite messy, that's the only thing with these. Sometimes I do find myself having to clean them up a little bit, but it's not kind of too dark or anything. It's just right, I think, for me. It kind of matches my natural colour quite a lot, so I tend to just kind of put a few hairs in just here because I don't really get any growth at the front of my brow. So just kind of like that, and then this bit here I just kind of naturally-ish and just connect it. Like that, and that's about all I do. So then the next thing I'll do is my foundation, and I've been absolutely loving this one. This is the Aldi Lacura Cashmere Glow. I've been using this since I first tried it out. I really like it. Some people have said that they don't think that the colour matches my skin tone, or that, you know, it's a little bit too kind of yellow looking. I don't think it is. I think sometimes, to be honest, that the lights that I use kind of make it look a bit different. Because in person, I promise you that this is actually a really nice colour. So I tend to just use a couple of pumps of that, then take in a flat-topped foundation brush and just kind of put this all over my skin to start off with. Got a couple of spots on my neck at the moment. I think it's because, as I said before, I've been quite poorly, so my skin's been a bit run down. I have been keeping on top of my skincare, of course, but there's only so much you can do. And then once that's all on, I just take a sponge and just press it in. This is a damp sponge, well, wrung out sponge, and just press it in to my foundation on my skin, just to make sure it's kind of all even and there's no brush strokes or anything. Okay, so that's how that looks on its own without any products on top on my skin. I really like it. I think it gives a lovely finish. Really nice. It's not too drying. It's just a beautiful kind of satin finish. Right then, so the next thing I'll do is my bronzer. And for that, I've been loving this product. I've been using this for a little while as well now. This is the Iconic London Kiss by the Sun in Oh Honey. So they do blushes in this, and they also do, I think, a couple of bronzer shades. So I believe this is the lighter one, but it's kind of got a really subtle shimmer in it. It's not too heavy. It's kind of really quite subtle, but it just goes on really nice and flawless. I don't like too heavy or too orange a foundation, so this one for me is absolutely perfect. So I just kind of take a large brush and just go on the usual areas, really, just with light pressure. start off on the cheek. So as you can see, it kind of gives a really nice, it's not too much of a glow, but it's nice. Just around the top as well. Just kind of give me a little bit of a sun-kissed look, and then we'll just connect that. And I like to kind of just go underneath slightly as well. So yeah, as you can see, it's really nice. It blends into the foundation beautifully. It doesn't look too harsh. It's just beautiful. It's a lovely product. And then I adore this blush, I really do. I've tried a lot of cream blushes, and don't get me wrong, I've liked a lot of them, but nothing's beat this for me. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush, and this is in the shade Happy. I've got a couple of these in different shades, but this is probably my favourite one. So what I love about it as well is it goes a long way, because you don't need a lot of it at all. Just one dot on each side is all you need. And then I like to take a flat topped brush, there's a couple of loose hairs in there, and just kind of use that to move it where I want it. So I keep it up a bit higher. Like that. So as you can see, that one dot has spread really, really nicely, like over my cheek area. It's beautiful. Nice, just like that. Just go back to my bronzer brush, and I'd like to just kind of go over this area just to blend it in a bit. Like that. Right, so for highlighter, I've got another Rare Beauty product, which is this one here. Again, you get quite a lot of product in here. So bearing in mind, I've had this a couple of months maybe. And again, I use this most days. So this one is in the shade Mesmerise. As you can see, I've put a dent in it, but bearing in mind, I've only had it probably, as I say, a couple of months, and I use it often. There's a lot of product in there. It's got 12 months date on it, so you can use it for up to a year. It's quite intense as well, so again, you don't need much of it. I just kind of tickle the brush into it a little bit. And then I only really use highlighter on these areas. So a little bit on that side, just look at that, it is stunning. And a little bit on the other side as well. And again, just to blend it in, I take my blusher brush again, well, my flat brush, and just go over it to blend that into the blush. Like that. Really nice. It's a beautiful glow. Some people say it's a bit too much. I don't think it is at all. You know, obviously, if you put more product on, it probably will be. But yeah, if you just use it kind of quite subtly, should we say, it's yeah, it's a lovely glow. There's no cast. It melts into your skin. I just love it. So the next thing we'll use is setting spray, and for that I've been loving this one here. So this is the Cherie by the Beauty Crop setting spray or face mist. It's a dual phase, so it's kind of part oil, part whatever the rest is, some watery type thing. And yeah, you shake it to obviously mix the two together, and it smells really nice as well, but it gives such a beautiful finish, and everything just blends so nicely afterwards as well. And it's got a really nice fine mist as well. And it smells of cherries. Beautiful. Right then, so we'll let that dry down. Fantastic. So I don't know if you can see on camera, but everything just blends so nicely after you use it, and it does make my makeup last longer as well. It's a really nice product. So for lips, there are actually quite a few products that I like to use, and I do tend to go between different colours, you know, depending on my mood that day really. But lately I've been using this quite a lot. This is one of the Beauty Bay lip balms, and I absolutely love this. This is the coconut and vanilla one. But the colour's kind of like that, so it's a really nice kind of nude colour, and it's really hydrating. At the moment, you know, this time of year, my lips get so dry, and I find just popping this on, you don't really need a mirror. It's just like that. So it's a really nice colour, just kind of like a nudie, almost a pinky nude. But yeah, it's really nice and hydrating. And yeah, for a lip balm, you know, as I say, you don't need a mirror or anything. It's absolutely perfect. You can chuck it in your bag, use it whenever. But yeah, if I'm not using that, to be honest, as a lip balm, I like the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and I use that anytime. You know, I don't just use it at night. I do use it at night, but not just at night. If my lips are in need of some serious hydration, which to be honest they are now, yeah, I tend to use that kind of, you know, as a general lip balm as well. And then as the very last step, I use this. So as you can see, I have a little mole just here, but obviously when I put foundation and everything on top, it kind of disappears a little bit. So I like to just bring it back to life and pop some of this on. Just a little bit. Leave that to dry and then just kind of pat it to blend it in a bit. This is the Sheglam Freck Please Freckle Tint. I use this kind of in the summertime as well to do fake freckles as well. It is so good. It's really nice. It's really natural as well, which is what I like. Some of them can be a little bit kind of, they've got a bit of a red undertone, whereas this one's nice and natural. So yeah, just like that. So there we go. There is my everyday makeup routine. Yeah, I like to keep it quite kind of natural looking. I don't like to go too heavy or anything. Quite kind of easy to use products as well. Yeah, I just really like it. And it's, as I say, it's so easy. It normally takes me, obviously I've been filming this, but it normally takes me about 10 minutes to do. Ever so quick. So as always, all products shown in today's video, I will link them in the description box below for you, along with any discount codes as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!